नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमम्
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
ततो जयमुदीरये।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भगवतीरुत्तमा श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, Verse 1. Guru Maharaj is just reaching Mayapur in next 1 hour. So today we are going to start Chapter 3 of second Canto, Pure Devotional Service, The Change in the Heart. Text 1. Sri Sukha Uvacha
श्रीशुक उवाच
Evam etan nigaditam
एवमेतन्निगदितं
Prishtavan yad bhavan mama
पृष्टवान् यद्भवान् मम
Nrinam yanmriyamananam
नृणाम्यन्मानानां
Manusyeshu manishinam.
मनुष्येषु मनीषिणाम्।
Sri Sukha Uvacha
श्रीशुक उवाच
Evam etan nigaditam
एवमेतन्निगदितं
Prishtavan yad bhavan mama
पृष्टवान् यद्भवान् मम
Nrinam yanmriyamananam
नृणाम्यन्मृहयामानां
Manusyeshu manishinam.
मनुष्येषु मनीषिणाम्।
Sri Sukha Uvacha
श्रीशुक उवाच
Evam etan nigaditam
एवमेतन्निगदितं
Prishtavan yad bhavan mama
पृष्टवान् यद्भवान् मम
Nrinam yanmriyamananam
नृणाम्यन्मृहयामानां
Manusyeshu manishinam.
मनुष्येषु मनीषिणाम्। श्रीशुक उवाच श्रीशुक उवाच एवमेतन्निगदितं पृष्टवान् यद्भवान् मम नृणाम्यन्म्रियमाणानां मनुष्येषु मनीषिणाम्। श्रीशुक उवाच एवमेतन्निगदितं पृष्टवान् यद्भवान् मम नृणाम्यन्म्रियमाणानां मनुष्येषु मनीषिणाम्।
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindha Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
जय।
Synonyms. Sri Sukha Uvacha. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said.
श्रीशुक उवाच श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी said
Evam so.
एवं सो
Etat all these.
एतत् all these
Nigaditham answered.
निगदितम् answered
Prishtavan as you inquired.
पृष्टवान् as you inquired
Yat what?
yet what
Bhavan your good self.
Bhavan your good self
Mama unto me.
Mama unto me
Nridam of the human being.
Prinam of the human being
Yat one.
yet one
Mriyamananam on the threshold of death.
Mriyamananam on the threshold of death.
Manusheshu amongst the human beings.
Manusheshu amongst the human beings.
Manishinam of the intelligent men.
Manishinam of the intelligent men.
Translation, please repeat after me. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said,
Sri Sukadeva Goswami said,
Maharaja Parikshit, as you have inquired from me as to the duty of the intelligent man who is on the threshold of death, so I have answered you.
Maharaja Parikshit, as you have inquired from me as to the duty of the intelligent man who is on the threshold of death, so I have answered you.
Purport.
In human society all over the world, there are millions and billions of men and women, and almost all of them are less intelligent because they have very little knowledge of spirit soul. Almost all of them have a wrong conception of life, for they identify themselves with the gross and subtle material bodies, which they are not. In fact, they may be situated in different high and low positions in the estimation of human society. But one should know definitely that unless one inquires about his own self beyond the body and the mind, all his activities in human life are total failures. Therefore, out of thousands and thousands of men, one may inquire about his spirit self and thus consult the revealed scriptures like Vedanta Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Bhagavatam. But in spite of reading and hearing such scriptures, unless one is in touch with a realized spiritual master, he cannot actually realize the real nature of self, etc. And out of thousands and hundreds of thousands of men, someone may know what Lord Krishna is in fact. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 21:22 to 123, it is said that Lord Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, prepared the Vedic literatures in the incarnation of Vyasadeva for reading by the intelligent class of men in a human society which is almost totally forgetful of the genuine relation with Krishna. Even such an intelligent class of men may be forgetful in their relation with the Lord. The whole Bhakti Yoga process is therefore a revival of the lost relation. This revival is possible in the form of a life which is obtained only out of the evolutionary cycle of 84 lakh species of life. The intelligent class of human being must take a serious note of this opportunity. Not all human beings are intelligent, so the importance of human life is not always understood. Therefore, Manishinam, meaning thoughtful, is particularly used here. A Manishinam person, like Maharaja Parikshit, must therefore take to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and fully engage himself in devotional service, hearing, chanting, etc., of the holy name and pastimes of the Lord, which are all Hari Kathamrita. This action is specially recommended when one is preparing for death.
Hari Om Tat Sat Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamini Namine Namo Chari Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaurakata Damadaya Nagar Gramatarine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः गोपाल गोविंद राम श्रीमधुसूदनाम् मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्यम् ईश्वरं हरि ओं तत्सत्. So, this is the important part of the verse, that man who is on the threshold of death. This is very important. Who can say that I am not on the threshold of death? Is there anyone in the universe who can say that I am not on the threshold of death? Can anyone say? Everyone is on the threshold of death. That's a fact. So, Everyone is subject to death and threshold, yes. On the threshold of death. Nobody can say that I shall live for so many years. No guarantee. Everyone is on the threshold of death. Any moment we can die. Therefore, it is said, as sure as death. All other things may be not sure, but death is sure. Huh? So, Manishinam, Manushyeshu, Manishinam. Not ordinary man. Manishi means thoughtful men. They question. Thoughtful men will have a question. What is to be done now before death comes? Shall I die like cats and dogs or shall I die like human being? This is the question. Cats and dogs, they are also dying. Nobody cares. But a human being dying, there are so many ceremonies, you see. Mourning, because human life is important. Parikshit Maharaj, although he was on the threshold of death, he was allowed 7 days time. He was cursed to death. But he was given 7 days time. You king, you shall die within 7 days. After 7 days, being bitten by serpent, this was the curse given to him. He accepted. He could counteract it. Parikshit Maharaj was Vaishnava. He was very powerful. But he thought that, yes, I am offender. The Brahmana boy has cursed me. I shall accept it. So he prepared himself for death. For 7 days, he placed himself on the bank of the Ganges without drinking a drop of water. And for 7 days continually, he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Parikshit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami. That was decided. Harir Namanu Kirtana. In any circumstances of life, hearing and chanting is prescribed. So Parikshit, Sukadeva Goswami, he says, my dear king, I have explained to you what is to be done now at the time of death. We should take example or the instruction from the behavior of Parikshit Maharaj that on the threshold of death, everyone is on the threshold of death, but the foolish person, they don't know. Foolish person thinks that I shall live forever. That is foolishness. Huh? Ahani lokani gachanti yamalayam sheshastavaram ichanti kim ascharyam athaparam. Yudhishthira Maharaj was asked by Dharmaraj, what is the most wonderful thing within this world? And he answered, ahani lokani gachanthita yamalayam. Everyone, every moment is going to the Yamaraja's place, the superintendent of death, where a man's life is scrutinizingly studied. What he has done. So, not animal, man. So they have no such thing, animal, wrong or right, because it is animal. But a human being must have this conscience, right and wrong, pravritti and nivritti. So Bhagavad Gita is also, it is said, pravrittim cha nivrittim na vidur asura juna. Asura jana, those who are demons, they don't know these two things, pravritti and nivritti. What is our duty and what is our not duty? Pravritim cha, nivritim cha. So that is modern civilization. They don't know what's our duty to do and what is our duty not to do. They don't know. Neither any education in this life, what we should do, what we should not do has been taught anywhere in any schools or colleges. Nowhere. So therefore, this particular word is mentioned here, Manishinam, in human society, especially those who are intelligent. For them, Krishna he bhaje se bhadra chatura. So, chatura means very intelligent. Without being intelligent, nobody can take to Krishna consciousness. So, the propaganda is to educate people to become intelligent. They are foolish. They do not know the value of life. They do not know what is going to happen after death. Just like cats and dogs. So Upanishad says, Garga Upanishad is saying, Etad viditva ya prayati sa brahmana. One who leaves this body after knowing everything, he is brahmana. And etat aviditvaya prayati sakripana, or anyone who dies without knowing the value of life, he is a kripana, miser, cripple-minded, because he could not utilize the opportunity given to him by nature as a human being. Such a nice, beautiful body. The boys and girls and, all the human beings, good facilities. And miser means one who has got money, but he cannot utilize it. He is a miser. So one who knows how to utilize money, he is intelligent. So this human form of life is specially meant for becoming Brahmana or Vaishnava. We are therefore creating Brahmanas in the society. We are not creating Shudras. Shudra kalo Shudra Sambhava. They are already there. Janmana Jayate Shudra. Anyone born is a Shudra. Shudra means who has no knowledge, who is in ignorance. He is called Shudra. Paricharyatmakam karyam Shudra karma swabhavatam. Shudra is not intelligent. He cannot do anything nice, thoughtful. He gets some work, he gets some few dollars. That's all. Eat and sleep. That is Shudra. They cannot do anything independently. Whereas Brahmana, he will not accept anyone's service, first of all. That is especially forbidden for a Brahmana. A Brahmana, even if he is in difficulty, he should not accept anyone's service like a dog. The speciality is used. A dog cannot live without master. If he hasn't got a good master, he's a street dog. So he may be killed at any time. He has no protection, a street dog. Therefore, this very word is used to Shudra. Shudra means dog. Shudra means also dog. He must have a master, otherwise he cannot live. So, that is why it is given that Shudras should not be given independence. They should be given protection, not independence. Striya Shudras Tata Vaishya. In the Bhagavad Gita also, there is Striya means women, Shudra and Vaishya. They are put into the same category, you see. In Bhagavad Gita also, Sri Sudra Dvija Bandhunam Trayina Sruti Gochara. One has to be enlightened. Shudra can be enlightened under good protection. Similarly, a woman can also be enlightened. So there is no barricade to enlighten women. Everyone can be enlightened. Everyone has got the light. But ordinarily, the Shudras and the Vaishyas, they are not to be considered very intelligent. Janmana Jayate Shudra. Everyone is born Shudra, man or woman. Everyone is born Shudra. Samskarat Bhaved Dvija. By samskara, by following the regulative principles under the bona fide master, the samskaras of chanting, then it happens. Gradually, one can become Brahmana. So, one must be on the platform of goodness. Brahmana, Krishna consciousness is above all. When one is fixed up on the platform of goodness, the other two qualities, ignorance and passion, they cannot disturb him. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Srinotam Sukata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Hridayantasto hi abhadrani vidnoti sukrutsatam. Hridayantasta Krishna is within your heart. Hridayantasta. If you kindly continue to hear about him as you are doing, then Krishna will be very much pleased. Oh, this person is now interested in me. Because nobody is interested in Krishna. So Krishna is also silent to them. But as soon as you become interested, Krishna becomes very active. This person trying to do something. Let me help. That is way. Tesham satata yuktanam. Nityabhyuktanam. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam preeti purvakam. Buddhi yogam dadamitam. Krishna is telling. He is silent for the non-devotees, but he speaks to the devotees. That's very natural. If some, the process of hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, it should be continued. That's our life. Srinuvatan Swakata Krishna, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Sravanam means hearing and Kirtanam means chanting about Lord Vishnu, not for others. Now I am hearing and chanting about Krishna, that is acceptable. So, here, Sukadeva Goswami has very clearly mentioned that I have answered your question, that what one should do who is at the threshold of death. So Prabhupada very clearly identifies that everyone is the threshold of death. And that is the reason why Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question, that what one should do who is in the threshold of death. Because Parikshit knows he is not afraid of death. Okay, he is a surrendered devotee, he is a saintly king, Raja Rishi. But he feels compassion for everyone. So he is asking for others. That is why Krishna selected Parikshit Maharaj to give us the Srimad Bhagavatam. Anyone was not qualified to ask a question, such question, which would really benefit us. So let's go to the next verse, 2 to 7, to Canto 2, Chapter 3, verse 2 to 7. Brahmavarchasa kamastu
ब्रह्मवर्चसकामस्तु
ब्रह्मवर्चसकामस्तु
yajetha brahmanapatim
यजेत
चेत
ब्रह्मणापतिम्
ब्रह्मणपतिम्
indram indriya kamastu
इन्द्रमिन्द्रियकामस्तु
इन्द्रियकामस्तु
praja kama prajapatin
प्रजाकामा
प्रजाकाम
प्रजापतिम्
प्रजापतिम्
devi mayam tu shri kamas
देवीं मायां
देवीं
तु श्री
माया तु श्रीकामस्
tejas kamo vibhavasum
तेजस्कामो विवासु
कामो विभा
vasukamo vasun rudran
वसुकामो
वसुकाम
वसुन्धरान्
वसु रुद्रान्
virya kamo taviryavan
वीर्यकामो अथ
वीर्यकामोऽथ वीर्यवान्
वीर्यान्
annadya kamastvaritham aditim
अन्नाद्यकामस्तु अदितिम्
अन्यादकामस्त्वदिति
swarga kamodite sutan
स्वर्गकामोदिते
स्वर्गकामोदितान्
Vishwan Devan Rajya Kama
विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकामा
देवान् काम
Sadhyan Samsadako Visham
साध्यान् संसाधको विशाम्
संसाधकोपशाम्
Ayus Kamosvinau Devo
आयुष्कामो
आयुष्कामो
श्रीनाथो देवौ
Pushtikama Ilam Yajet
पुष्टिकाम इलां यजेत्
पुष्टिकामोऽलां यजे
Pratishtha Kama Purusho
प्रतिष्ठकाम पुरुषो
कामपुरुषो
Rodasi Lokamataro
रोदसी कमाद
मातरो
Rupabhikamo Gandharvan
रूपाभिकामो
रूपाभिमा
गन्धर्वान्
Stri Kamopsara Urvasim
श्रीकामोत्कर ऊर्वशीम्
Adipatya Sarvesham
आधिपत्यकाम
आदिपत्यकाम
सर्वेषां
सर्वेषां
Yajetha Parameshtinam
यजेत
परमेष्ठितं
परमेष्ठिताम्
Yajnam Yajhedyashastkama
यज्ञं यजेत
यज्ञं
यशस्काम
यशस्काम
Koshakama Prachetasam
कोशकाम
कोशकाम प्रचेत
प्रचेष्टसम्
Vidyakamastu Girisham
विद्याकामस्तु गिरिशाम्
विद्याकामपुरुषां
Dampatyartha Umam Satim
दाम्पत्यार्थ
दाम्पत्यार्थ
उमां शतीम्
Brahmavarchasa Kamastu
ब्रह्मवर्चसकामस्तु
ब्रह्मवर्चसकामस्तु
Yajetha Brahmanapatim
यजेत ब्रह्मणा
यजेत
पतिम्
ब्रह्मणपतिम्
Indram Indriya Kamastu
इन्द्रमिन्द्रियकामस्तु
Praja Kama Prajapatin
प्रजाकाम प्रजापतिम्
Devi Mayam tu Shri Kamas
देवीं मायं तु
मायां
श्रीकाम
तु श्रीकामः
Tejas Kamo Vibhavasum
तेजस्कामो विवाह
कामविभावसं
Vasukamo Vasun Rudran
वसुकामो वसुन् रुद्रान्
वसुकामवसुन्धरान्
Virya Kamo Taviryavan
वीर्यकामोऽत वीर्यवान्
अन्नाद्यकामस्त्वदितम्
अन्नाद्यकामस्तदितं
स्वर्गकामोदिते सुतान्
स्वर्गकामोदिते सुतान्
विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकाम
विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकामा
साध्यान् संसादको विशाम्
शाद्यान् संसादको विशाम्
आयुष्कामोऽश्विनौ देवौ
आयुष्कामोऽस्मिनो देवो
पुष्टिकाम इलां यजेत्
पुष्टिकामा इदां यजेत्
प्रतिष्ठा कामपुरुषो
प्रतिष्ठकामपुरुषो
रोदसी लोकमातरो
मोदसी लोकमातरौ
रूपाभिकामो गन्धर्वान्
रूपाभिकामो गन्धर्वान्
स्त्रीकामोऽप्सर ऊर्वशीम्
श्रीकामोऽप्सर ऊर्वशीम्
आधिपत्यकाम सर्वेषाम्
आधिपत्यकाम सर्वेषाम्
यजेत परमेस्तिनाम्
यजेत परमेष्ठिनाम्
यज्ञं यजेत यशस्काम
यज्ञं यजेत यत्कामा
कोशकाम प्रचेतसम्
कोशकामा प्रचेतसम्
विद्याकामस्तु गिरिशम्
विद्याकामस्तु गिरिशाम्
दाम्पत्यार्थ उमां सतीम्
दाम्पत्यार्थ उमां सतीम्
ब्रह्मवर्चसकामस्तु
ब्रह्मवर्चसकामस्तु
यजेत ब्रह्मणपतिम्
यजेत ब्रह्मणपतिम्
इन्द्रम् इन्द्रियकामस्तु
इन्द्रमिन्द्रकामस्तु
प्रजाकाम प्रजापतीन्
प्रजाकाम प्रजापति
देवीं मायां तु श्रीकामस्
देवीं मायां तु श्रीकामः
तेजस्कामो विभावसून्
तेजस्कामो विभावशुम्
वसुकामो वसून् रुद्रान्
वसुकामो वसून् रुद्रान्
वीर्यकामोऽत वीर्यवान्
वीर्यवान्
अन्नाद्यकामस्त्वदितम् स्वर्गकामोदिते सुतान्
स्वर्गकामोदिते सुतान्
विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकाम
विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकामा
साध्यान् संसादको विशाम्
साध्यान् संसाधको विशाम्
आयुष्कामोऽस्विनौ देवौ
आयुष्कामोऽश्विनो देवो
पुष्टिकाम इलां यजेत्
पुष्टिकामैलां यजेत्
प्रतिष्ठा कामपुरुषो
प्रतिष्ठकामपुरुषो
रोदसी लोकमातरो
रोदसी लोकमातरो
रूपाभिकामो गन्धर्वान्
रूपाधिकामो गन्धर्वान्
स्त्रीकामो वो अप्सर ऊर्वशीम्
श्रीकामोऽप्सर उर्वशीम्
आधिपत्यकाम सर्वेषाम्
आधिपत्यकाम सर्वेषाम्
यजेत परमेष्टिनाम्
यजेत परमेष्टिनाम्
यज्ञं यजेत यशस्काम जस्ट
यज्ञं यजेत्यशकामा
कोशकाम प्रचेतसाम्
कोशकामा प्रचेतसाम्
विद्याकामस्तु गिरिशाम्
विद्याकामस्तु गिरिशाम्
दाम्पत्यार्थ उमां सतीम्
दाम्पत्यार्थ उमां सतीम्
या प्लीज रिसाइट
ब्रह्मवर्चस्य कामस्तु ब्रह्मवर्चस्य
ब्रह्मवर्चस्कामस्तु
कामस्तु
कामयम् ब्रह्मणा पतिं यजेत
यजेत ब्रह्मणा पतिम्
इन्द्रम् इन्द्रियकामस्तु इन्द्रम् इन्द्रियकाम
इन्द्रियकामस्तु
प्रजाकामा प्रजापतिं प्रजाकामा
प्रजाकाम प्रजापतिम्
देवीं मायं तु श्रीकामा देवीं
देवीं
मायं
मायन्तु श्रीकामास्
विभागितुं
तेजस्कामो विवावसु
वसुकामो वसुन्दुत्रान् वसुकामो
कामो वसुन्वद्वा
कामोऽथ वीर्यवान् वीर्यकामो
वीर्यकामो यथा वीर्यवान्
अन्नाद्यकामस्व अदितिम् अन्नाद्यकाम
कामस्वदिति
स्वर्गकामोदिते सुतान् स्वर्गकामो
कामोदिते सुतान्
विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकामा विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकामा
यज्ञकाम
साध्यां संसाधको दिशाम् साध्यां
स्वादं संसादको विशाम्
आयुष्कामोऽस्ति नौ देवौ आयुष्कामो
नो देवो
पुष्टिकाम इलां वयजे पुष्टिकाम
श्रीकाम इलां यजेत्
प्रतिष्ठा काम पुरुषो प्रतिष्ठा
प्रतिष्ठा काम पुरुषो
रोदसी लोकमातरौ रोदसी
मातरो
रूपाभिकामो गन्धर्वान्
रूपाभिकामो गन्धर्वान्
रूपाभिकामो अप्सरा उर्वशी श्रीकामो
अप्सरसोर्वशी
पत्यकाम सर्वेषाम् आधिपत्यकाम
प्रतिपाद्यकाम सर्वेषां
काम सर्वेषां
यजेत परमेष्ठिनाम्
यजेत परमेष्ठिना
यज्ञं यजेर्यशस्काम यज्ञं
यज्ञं यजेर्यशस्कामः
विशेष काम
प्रचेतसान् पोषकाम
काम प्रचेतस
विद्याकामस्तु गिरिशं विद्याकाम
विद्याकामस्तु गिरिशा
दाम्पत्यार्थ उमां सतीं
दाम्पत्यर्थ उमा
पतिम्
ब्रह्मवर्चसकामस्तु
ब्रह्मवर्चस्कामस्तु
यजेत ब्रह्मणा पतिम्
यजेत ब्रह्मणा पतिम्
इन्द्रम् इन्द्रियकामस्तु
इन्द्रम्
इन्द्रम्
इन्द्रियकामस्तु
प्रजाकामा प्रजापतिम्
प्रजाकाम
काम
प्रजापतिम्
प्रजापतिम्
देवीं मायां तु श्रीकामस्
देवीं
देवीं
मायां तु श्रीकामस्
कामस्
तेजस्कामो विवापसुम्
तेजस्कामो विभावसुम्
वसुकामो वसुन् रुद्रान्
वसुकामो वसून्
काम
रुद्रान्
वीर्यकामोऽथ वीर्यवान्
वीर्यकामोऽत वीर्यवान्
अनन्द्यकामस्तव अदितिम्
अनाद्यकामस्त्वदितिम्
कामस्तु अदितिम्
स्वर्गकामोदित्य दिते सुतान्
सर्वकामोदिते
कामोदिते
सुतान्
विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकाम
विश्वान् देवान्
देवान् राज्यकाम
साध्यान् संसाधको विशाम्
साध्या संसाधको विशाम्
आयुष्कामो अश्विनौ देवो
आयुष्कामो
कामोऽस्विनौ देवो
पुष्टिकाम इलां यजेत्
पुष्टिकामाइलां यजेत्
प्रतिष्ठाकाम पुरुषो
प्रतिष्ठकामपुरुषो
रोदसी लोकमातरो
रोदसी समाचर
करो
रूपाभिकामो गन्धर्वान्
रूपाभिकाम गन्धर्वान्
श्रीकामोऽप्सरा उर्वशीम्
श्रीकामो सरस्वती
आदिपात्यकाम सर्वेषाम्
आधिपत्य
सत्यकाम सर्वेषां
यजेता परमेष्ठिनाम्
यजेता परमेष्ठिनः
परमेष्ठिनां
यज्ञं याजेत यशस्कामा
यज्ञं
याजत् यशस्कामा
कोशाकामा प्रचेतसाम्
याजकोशकामः
पौषकामा प्रचेतसां
विद्याकामस्तु गिरिशा
विद्या
विद्याविरसां
दाम्पत्यार्थ उमां सतीम्
दाम्पत्यात्
यात् मां शतम्
ब्रह्मवर्चसं कामस्तु
ब्रह्मवर्चसकामस्तु
वर्चसामस्तु
यजेता ब्रह्मणास्तिम्
यजेता ब्रह्मणा पतिम्
इन्द्रमिन्द्रियकामस्तु
इन्द्रमिन्द्रियकामस्तु
प्रजाकाम प्रजापतिम्
प्रजाकामा प्रजापतिम्
देवीं मायन्तु श्रीकाम
देवीं मायन्ति
Yanto
श्रीकाम
Sri Kamas,
तेजस्कामो विभावसु
Tejas
तेजस्कामा
Kamo
विभावसु
Vibhavasum,
वसुकामो वसुरुद्रान्
Vasukamo Vasum Rudran,
वीर्यकामोऽथ वीर्यवान्
वीर्यकामो
Viryakamo Taviryavan,
वीर्यवान्
अन्नाद्यकामस्त्वदितम्
अनाद्यकामस्त्वदितम्
स्वर्गकामोदितसुतान्
Sarga
स्वर्गकामो
Kamo Dite
स्वर्गकामोदिते
Sutan,
सुतान्
विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकाम
विश्वान्
Viswan
देवान्
Devan
राज्यकामा
Rajyakam,
साध्यान् संसाधको विशम्
साध्या
Sadhyam
संसाधको
Samsadhako Visham,
आयुष्कामोऽश्विनो देवौ
आयुष्कामो
Ayushkamo Svinaudevo,
नौ देवो
कामायिलां यजेत्
पुष्टिकामान्
Pushtikamo Yajet,
प्रतिष्ठकामा पुरुषौ
Pratishtha Kama
प्रतिष्ठकामपुरुषो
Purusho,
रोदसी लोकमातरौ
Rodasi
रोदसीलोकमातरो
Lokamataro,
रूपाभिकामगन्धर्वान्
Rupa Bikamo
रूपाभिकामो
Radharvan,
गन्धर्वान्
रूपान्
कामोऽप्सराउर्वशीम्
Apsara
स्त्रीकामोऽप्सरावशीम्
आधिपत्यकाम सर्वेषाम्
Adipatya
आधिपत्यकाम
Sarvesham,
सर्वेषाम्
चेता परमेष्ठिना
यजेत
Yajeta Paramestinam,
परमेष्ठिनाम्
यज्ञं युजेत्य सत्काम
Yajnam Yajetya Shaskama,
काम प्रचेतसाम्
Koshakama
कोशकाम
Prachetasam,
विद्याकामस्तु गिरिशम्
Vidya Kama
विद्याकामस्तु
Girisam,
गिरिशम्
दाम्पत्यार्थ उमांसतिम्
Dampatyartha Umam
दाम्पत्यार्थं
Sati. Anybody else? Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Synonyms. Brahma the Absolute.
ब्रह्माद
the absolute
Varchasa effulgence.
nexus of effulgence.
Kamatu, but one who desires in that way.
कामस्तु
But one who desires in that way,
Yajeta, do worship.
यजेता
Vijayata, do worship
Brahmana of the Vedas.
Brahman
ब्राह्मण
of the Vedas,
Patim, the master.
Patim, the master,
Indram, the king of heaven.
इन्द्रम्
Indra of heaven,
Indriya Kamatu, but one who desires strong sense organs.
इन्द्रियकाम
Indriya
Indra
Kamatu, but
Kamatum,
one
but
who
one who desires
desires
strong sense organ.
sense organ.
Praja Kama, one who desires many offspring.
Praja
प्रजा
Kama, one who
Praja
desires many
Kam,
offspring.
one who desires many offspring.
Prajapatin, the Prajapatis.
Prajapatim, the Prajapatis,
Devim, the goddess,
Devim, the
Devi,
goddess,
goddess,
Mayam, unto the mistress of the material world.
Maya,
unto the
mistress of the material world.
Tu, but
two,
Two,
but
but
Sri Kama, one who desires beauty,
Sri Kama, one who
Kama, one
desires beauty,
desires beauty,
Teja, power,
Teja,
Teja,
power,
power,
Kama, one who so desires,
Kama, one who
Kama, one
so
who so
desires,
desires,
Vibhava, Sum, the fire god,
Shiva
Vibhavasum, the
Vasum, the
fire
fire
god,
god,
Vasukama, one who wants wealth,
Vasukama,
Vasukama, one who wants wealth,
Vasun, the Vasu demigods,
Vasam, the Vasu demigods,
Rudran, the Rudra expansions of Lord Shiva,
Rudra,
and the
Rudra
Rudra
expansions
expansions of
of
Lord
Lord
Shiva,
Shiva,
Viryakama, one who wants to be very strongly built,
Viryakama, one who wants to be very strongly built,
Atha, therefore,
Atha, therefore,
Atha,
Viryavan, the most powerful,
Viryavan, the most powerful,
Anna Adya grains,
Anna Adya grains,
Adya grains,
Kama, one who so desires,
Kama, one
Kama,
who so
who
desires,
Tu,
desires,
but
two,
two,
but
but
Aditim, Aditi, mother of the demigods,
Aditi,
Aditi, Aditi,
Aditi,
the
Aditi,
mother of
mother of the
demigods,
demigods,
Swarga, heaven,
Swarga,
Swargam, heaven,
Kama, so desiring,
Kama, so desiring,
Adite, Suthan, the sons of Aditi,
Aditi
Aditi,
Sut,
the
Aditi,
sons of Aditi,
Vishwan, Vishwadeva,
Vishwan,
Vishwan,
Vishwadeva,
Vishwadeva,
Devan, demigods,
Devan,
Devan,
demigods,
demigods,
Rajya Kama, those who hanker for kingdoms,
Rajyakama, the
Rajyakama,
hunter for
those who hanker
kingdoms,
for kingdoms,
Sadhyan, the Sadhya demigods,
Sadhya,
Sadhyan, the Sadhya demigods,
Samsadaka, what fulfills the wishes,
Samsadaka, what
Sadhya,
fulfill
what
the
fulfills
wishes,
the wishes,
Visham of the mercantile community,
Visham
Some of
of
the
the
mercantile community,
Vishal community,
Ayukama, desires for long life, of long life,
Ayukama, desirous of long
desires
life,
long life,
Ashwinav, the two demigods known as the Ashwini brothers,
Ashwina, the two demigods known as
God
Ashwini
known
brothers,
as your brothers.
Devav, the two demigods,
Deva,
They
the two
the two
demigods,
demigods,
Pushtikama, one who desires a strongly built body,
Pushtikama,
Pushtikama,
one who
one who
desires strongly,
desires a strongly built body,
Ilam, the earth,
Elam, the earth,
Yachet, must worship,
Vijit must worship,
worship,
Pratishta Kama, one who desires good fame or stability in a post,
Pratishta Kama, one who
Kama,
desires
one
good
who
fame or
desires
stability in a post,
stability in a post,
Purusha, such men,
Purusha,
Purusha, such
man,
men,
Rodasi, the horizon,
Lord,
Rodasi, the horizon,
horizon,
Lokam, Atharau, and the earth,
Lord,
Lokamata, the earth,
Lord, the earth,
Rupa, beauty,
Rupa, beauty,
Rupa, beauty,
Abhikama, positively aspiring for,
Abhikama, positively aspiring,
Gandharvan, the residents of the Gandharva planet,
Gandharva, the
Gandharva,
residents
the
of the
residents
Gandharva
of the
planet,
Gandharva planet,
who are very the residents of the Gandharva planet who are very beautiful and are expert in singing.
who are very beautiful and
very
expert
beautiful
in
and
singing.
are expert at in singing.
Sri Kama, one who desires a good wife.
Sri Kama,
Sri,
one who
one who
desires
desires a good wife.
Apsara Urvasim, the society girls of the heavenly kingdom.
Apsara Urvasim, the society
The
girls of
society girls
heaven.
of the heavenly kingdom.
Adipatya Kama, one who desires to dominate others.
Adipatya
Adipatya
Kama,
Kama, one
one
who
who
desires to
desires
dominate
to
others.
dominate others.
Sarvesham, everyone.
Sarvesham, everyone.
Yajeta, must worship.
Yajeta must
Yajeta
worship.
must worship.
Parameshtinam, Brahma, the head of the universe. Yajnam, the personality of Godhead.
Yajnam, the
Yajna,
personality of Godhead.
personality of Godhead.
Yajet, must worship.
Yajit must
Yajna
worship.
must worship.
Yashakama, one who desires to be famous.
Yashakama, one who desires to be
one who
famous.
desires to be famous.
Koshakama, one who desires a good bank balance.
Koshakama, one who desires a good bank balance.
There's a good bank balance.
Prachetasam, the treasurer of heaven known as Varuna.
Prachetasam, the treasurer of heaven known as Varuna.
Vidya Kamatu, but one who desires education.
Vidya Kamatu, but one who desires
One who
education.
desires education.
Girisham, the lord of the Himalayas, Lord Shiva.
Girisham, the lord of the Himalayas, Lord Shiva.
Dampatya Artha, and for conjugal love.
Dampatya stand for conjugal love.
Umam Satim, the chaste wife of Lord Shiva known as Uma.
Umam Satim, the chaste wife of
the
Lord
chaste
Shiva known as
wife of
Uma.
Shiva, known as Uma.
Translation and purport by Divine Grace Abhay Charnarinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation, please repeat after me. One who desires to be absorbed in the impersonal Brahma Jyoti effulgence should worship the master of the Vedas, Lord Brahma, or Brihaspati, the learned priest.
One who desires to be absorbed in the impersonal Brahma Jyoti effulgence should worship the master of the Vedas, Lord Brahma, or Brihaspati, the learned priest.
One who desires powerful sex should worship the heavenly king Indra.
One who desires powerful sex should worship the heavenly king
Indra.
Indra.
And one who desires good progeny should worship the great progenitors called the Prajapatis.
And one who desires good progeny should worship the great progenitors called the Prajapatis.
One who desires good fortune should worship Durga Devi.
One who desires good fortune should worship Durga Devi.
Worship Durga Devi.
The superintendent of the material world.
The superintendent of the material world.
The material world.
One desiring to be very powerful should worship fire.
One desiring to be very powerful should worship fire.
And one who aspires only after money should worship the Vasus.
And one who aspires only after money should worship
the Vasus.
One should worship the Rudra incarnations of Lord Shiva if he wants to be a great hero.
One should worship the Rudra incarnations of Lord Shiva if he wants to be a great hero.
One who wants a large stock of grains should worship Aditi.
One who wants a large stock of grains should worship Aditi.
One who desires to attain the heavenly planets should worship the sons of Aditi.
One who desires to attain the heavenly planets should worship the sons of Aditi.
One who desires a worldly kingdom should worship Visvadeva, and one who wants to be popular with the general mass of population should worship the Sadhya demigod.
One who desires a worldly kingdom should worship Vishwadeva, and one who wants to be popular with the general mass of population should worship the Sadhya demigod.
One who desires a long span of life should worship the demigods known as the Ashwini Kumaras, and a person desiring a strongly built body should worship the earth.
One who desires a long span of life should worship the demigods known as Ashwini Kumaras, and a person desiring a strongly built body should worship the earth.
One who desires stability in his post should worship the horizon and the earth combined.
One who desires stability in his post should worship the horizon and the earth combined.
One who desires to be beautiful should worship the beautiful residents of the Gandharva planet, and one who desires a good wife should worship the Apsaras and the Urvasi society girls of the heavenly kingdom.
One who desires to be beautiful should worship the beautiful residents of the Gandharva planet, and one who desires a good wife should worship the Apsaras and the Urvashi society girls of the heavenly kingdom.
One who desires domination over others should worship Lord Brahma, the head of the universe.
One who desires domination over others should worship Lord Brahma, the head of the universe.
One who desires tangible fame should worship the personality of God, and one who desires a good bank balance should worship the demigod Varuna.
One who desires tangible fame should
And the
worship
same
the
to worship the
personality of
personality
Godhead,
of God,
and one who
and one
desires
who
a good
desires a
bank
good
balance
bank
should
balance
worship
to
the
worship
demigod
the demigod
Varuna.
Varuna.
If one desires to be a greatly learned man, he should worship Lord Shiva. And if one desires a good marital relation, he should worship the chaste goddess Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva.
If one
If
desires to
one
be a
desires to be a
greatly learned
greatly
man,
learned
he
man,
should worship
should
Lord Shiva, and if
worship
one
Lord
desires
Shiva,
a
and if
good
one
marital
desires a good
relation, he should worship the chaste
relation,
wife, chaste
to
goddess
worship
Uma,
the
the wife
chaste
of Lord
goddess
Shiva.
Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva.
Purport.
Purport.
Yes.
There are different modes of worship for different persons desiring success in particular subjects. The conditioned soul living within the purview of the material world cannot be an expert in every type of materially enjoyable asset, but one can have considerable influence over a particular matter by worshipping a particular demigod. As mentioned above, Ravana was made a very powerful man by worshipping Lord Shiva, and he used to offer severed heads to please Lord Shiva. He became so powerful by the grace of Lord Shiva that all the demigods were afraid of him until he at last challenged the personality of God, Sri Ramachandra, and thus ruined himself. In other words, all such persons who aspire after gaining some or all of the material objects of enjoyment, or the gross materialistic persons, are on the whole less intelligent, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 7.20. It is said there that those who are bereft of all good sense, or those whose intelligence is withdrawn by the deluding energy of Maya, aspire to achieve all sorts of material enjoyment in life by pleasing the various demigods, or by advancing the material civilization under the heading of scientific progress. The real problem of life in the material world is to solve the question of birth, death, old age, and disease. No one wants to change his birthright. No one wants to meet death. No one wants to be old or invalid. And no one wants disease. But these problems are solved neither by the grace of any demigod nor by the so called advancement of material science. In the Bhagavad Gita as well as in the Srimad Bhagavatam, such less intelligent persons have been described as devoid of all good sense. Sukadev Goswami said, out of 84 lakh species of living entities, the human form of life is rare and valuable. And out of those rare human beings, those who are conscious of the material problems are rarer still. And still more rare persons are those who are conscious of the value of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which contains the messages of Lord and his pure devotees. Death is inevitable for everyone, intelligent or foolish, but Parikshit Maharaj has been addressed by the Goswami as the Manishi, or the man of highly developed mind, because at the time of death he left all material enjoyment and completely surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord by hearing his message from the right person, Sukadev Goswami. But aspirations for material enjoyment by endeavoring persons are condemned. Such aspirations are something like the intoxication of the degraded human society. Intelligent persons should try to avoid these aspirations and seek instead the permanent life by returning home back to Godhead.
Hari Om Tat Sat, very wonderful purport. Rather than these so many demigods for so many different things that we have seen, but none of them are able to give a relief from the birth, death, old age, and disease. Also, we have seen Sukadeva Goswami has already answered one wonderful sloka in the very beginning, as soon as Sri Parishit Maharaj asked the question that akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo udaridhi. Whether you have all kind of material desire or you don't have any desire, or you want to merge into impersonal Brahman, tivrena bhakti yojena yajati purushaparam. You have to perform devotional service only. But even if with the material desire also, there is no need to go to demigods, because fools only will go to demigods. Intelligent person, even with material desire, would come to Krishna only, would perform devotional service only. So, essentially, these are all the real problem. You see, just like government departments, if you want to have this, you have to go to a particular department, building department, water department, electric department, tax department, income tax department. So, like that. Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana. Bahushakhahi anantascha. Buddhayo avyavasayinam. in second chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, there are many statements in Bhagavad Gita. So there are, uh, in Indian villages, there are different wells available. Okay. I used to tell this in Bhakti Shastri classes also. In what happens is in the villages earlier and all there was not much city. Only Hastinapur was one city and Dwaraka was second city, and there was no other cities. Everything, whole world is full of villages only, and each village there will be some 50 to 200 families living together, and they have many wells. And one well will be used for washing clothes. They will not do any other thing in that well because that is limited water. You cannot use for multi-purpose and the water will get contaminated. So everyone should abide by the law. All the village people, families, they will use that particular well only for washing clothes. Another well will be only meant for washing dishes. Another well will be only for bathing. So like that, for different well, for different purposes. But when you go to the river, all the purposes will be served automatically because it's a flowing water. Everything you can bathe, you can wash clothes, you can wash vessels and whatnot. Everything can be possible. But in the well, it is not possible. Different well for different purposes. So these demigods, different demigod for different purposes. And each demigod will solve only one purpose. Just like each well will solve only one purpose. But flowing river, that is your mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna. There everything can be solved. This is the purpose. All purposes of all the well will be served by simple river, isn't it? So similarly, a devotee, of course, will not have any material desire unless one is free from all the material desire. What you could speak of then anything. It cannot be a Vaishnava. But these are all material desires. Somebody want to be powerful, somebody want wealth, somebody want beautiful wife, somebody want to possess grains, and somebody want worldly kingdom. There's no limit to our desires. And there are different departments also. You can fulfill your desires. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrun yanti pitra vrata. So this is kindness, mercy of Krishna, that he has given you facility. If you want to fulfill your desire, but all of them are karma. Every line, the word is used karma, 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 karma. How many karma word used in this slokas you see? Karma, that is desire. So, just like anadya kamas tu aditi, anadya anna means grain. There are different types of grains. That is also wanted. Anadya kamas tu kama. But you won't find here a meat eater. No, that is not at all. That is aboriginal. That is not for a human being. Aborigines. Anna. You can desire anna. Anna means grains. You can desire to become king. You can desire to have a nice wife. These are all natural. But there is not a single sentence here. You will find they are desiring to eat meat, egg, flesh. No. That is beyond human jurisdiction. They are not meant for human beings. So many desires we have seen here. But these abominable activities we don't. So these are the different departments. If you want to take facility of quickly getting some benefit, yajanta iha devatha, Kangshanta karmanam siddhi yajanta iha devata. So for particular type of fulfillment of your desire, you can worship the particular type of demigod. This is recommended in the Shastra for the less intelligent class of men, those who are in ignorance, those who are fools. Still, it may be questioned that why Vedas have, if the ultimate goal is to reach Supreme Personality of God, why the Vedas have prescribed different demigod worship. Yes, that is also replied in Bhagavad Gita. Tad bhavati alpamedasham. Those who are less intelligent, for them, not for the first class intelligent person. Those who are Krishna conscious, they are first class intelligent. They don't want anything beyond Krishna. That's all. They don't want to know anything except Krishna. The advantage is, if you can know Krishna, then you know everything. And if you get Krishna, you get everything. Therefore, this conclusion cannot be perceived by less intelligent class of men. Exactly like that. If one is intelligent, he goes to the river from the village and he takes their bath. River water is never contaminated because constantly the wave is flowing. Suppose you contaminate a certain portion, but it doesn't stand. It flows down immediately, moment after moment. You are getting pure water. And especially, in India, there is no scarcity for rivers. There are so many nice rivers. Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Kaveri, Krishna, Sindhu. And there are many rivers, very nice water. In the Western countries also, only one river in Montreal. The St. Lawrence. So, Srila Prabhupada also witnessed many rivers in abroad also. They are very unclean, especially in Moscow, he says, Hamburg, so dirty, he says. So in India, the rivers are very clean. People take pleasure in taking bath in rivers. So if there is a river, nobody will take bath at home. They will go all to the river only. And it is very refreshing. So this example is very nice. That if you go to the river, then your all purposes are already served. But in the village, they are restricted. This well is for this purpose only. This well is for this purpose only. So it may be crowded. You have to wait for your opportunity to wash your clothes in one well. You have to wait for your opportunity to wash your vessels in another well. But the river is open. You can go there, have your business done very nicely. That will be, that is summarized in the 10th verse. We'll be seeing akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusha param. So that is the conclusion. Srimad Bhagavatam, it is recommending different demigods for different purposes because there are all classes of men. So to take immediate effect, they worship demigods. Kshipram, very soon. Generally, people don't go to worship Krishna and Vishnu because you cannot ask from Krishna anything which is not good for you. Suppose you pray to Krishna on the seaside. Krishna, give me a good fish. I want to catch. Krishna will never fulfill your desire. That is Krishna's mercy, because Krishna will not give you facility for possessing anything which will ultimately cause you trouble. Krishna knows that if he catches a fish, then he become a fish again and somebody will catch him. So, in fact, to be caught by the same fish. So, why shall he give you the facility? You see? Therefore, our policy is not to ask anything from Krishna. He knows what is good for me. Simply, I have to surrender unto him. That's all. Why shall I bother him? Give me this, give me that, give me that. No. Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitamba jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatar bhakti ahaituki bhakti is required. And Stri Kama, beautiful wife. Kama means one who wants, desire. Devi, he should worship goddess Durga. This is recommended here. But it is Kama. Those who are devotees, they have no Kama. Anya Bilasita Sunyam. Anya means any other. Other than Krishna's service, no other desire, no other Kama. Only desire for Krishna's service. They made everything zero. We don't want all these things. Na janam, na dhanam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye. We simply want to serve Krishna. Anya bilasita sunyam, janma, jnana karma adi anavritam. Jnana means knowledge and karma means fruitive work, fruitive activities. Uncovered by or untouched by fruitive activities and jnana. Just like in Vrindavan, all the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they never tried to know Krishna, whether he is God or not. That was not their business. Jnanam. The jnanis, they want to know. Just like Brahma wanted to test whether Krishna is God or not. Indra wanted to test whether Krishna is God or not. But the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they never did anything like this. They think Krishna is our very intimate friend, my beloved son, my lover, my master. Everyone's concentrated love for Krishna in different mellows. That's all. Even when Krishna played wonderful things, so they simply thought, he might be a demigod. You see? So they never tried to analyze Krishna. But the love for Krishna, there is no comparison at all. That is wanted. Jnana, karma, adi, anavritam. Whether Krishna is God or not, let me test. You can test. But pure love means whether Krishna may be, he is my lovable object. He may be God or he may not be. He is my lovable object. Mat prananathas saeva napara. We have no other business than to love Krishna, whether he may be God or he may be whatever he may be. That is called Anya Bilasita Sunyam Jnana Karmade Anavratam. Then what is the business? If everything is Sunyam, Sunyam means zero. No, we are not zero. We are positive. What is that positive? Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam. Simply cultivate Krishna consciousness favorably. How I can become a lover of Krishna. That is wanted. Anukulyena Krishna Anusilanam Bhakti Uttama. That is first class devotional service. Of course, we should know Krishna. Otherwise, it may be we may neglect him, just like we are trying to explain what is deity. But if one has got unflinching love for the deity, he doesn't require to understand the deity through the Shastra. Spontaneous love. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed. As soon as he entered the deity room, fainted. Here is my Lord. That is first class positive position of a devotee. Without any other consideration. Enhance your love for Krishna without any condition. That is wanted. So this worship of different demigods, they are recommended in the scripture not to mislead him, but to lead him gradually to the higher stage. To lead him to the higher stage, because demigods are considered different limbs of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter, it is said, Yepyanya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitha tepi mam yeva kaunteya yajanti avidhi purvakam. So yajanti avidhi purvakam. Just like, there is if you want to serve, there is a routine work, how to serve superior. And now if you touch my hair, you are touching me. But that is not the service, you see. Service means there is routine work. You should touch my feet. Similarly, anywhere you go, it is Krishna, because without Krishna, there is no other existence. So, like that, worship the demigod, indirectly worshipping Krishna. But avidhi purvakam, without regulative principles, janti avidhi purvakam. The same example. If you want to touch me, so the regulative principle is that you have to touch the lotus feet of your master, your teacher. Not that you touch his head and do like that. And you can say, I am touching you. That's not the way. You have to touch according to the regulative principle. Similarly, those who are nonsense, all right, you touch the hair of your master. If you cannot touch the feet, giving a chance to come in touch. That is it. So this demigod worship, that's an example given. Demigod worship is recommended in the Vedas. At least they should gradually understand who is this demigod, why we are worshipping him, where from he has got this power. Then when one can understand that this Indra, Chandra, Surya, Diti, Aditi, fire, Lord Shiva, they are all different departmental heads of Krishna's government. The real king is Krishna. To understand that. Not that. Then one could derive all the benefit from one department. No. The different departments are recommended. If you want this, you approach this. If you want this, you approach him. In the conclusion, it will be said that whatever you want, you go to Krishna. Your all desire will be fulfilled. Yasmin vijnate sarvam idam vijnatam bhavati. Akama sarva kama va moksha kama udarati. So, that is wanted. So, of course, the next verse, 8th verse, even reciting the verse itself, vibration of that mantra also will purify. Even if you don't understand the meaning, sometimes you just vibrate the mantra. That will also work. Mantra always works. So we need to ultimately accept a bona fide spiritual master, serve him, and serve Krishna, learn devotional service unto Krishna. Ahaituki service. Ahaituki means without any reservation, without any interruption, without any cessation. One should perform devotional service. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayo, savai pumsam. Paro dharmo, what is your supreme dharma occupational duty is to yato bhakti adokshaje. Just perform the devotion service. That is the work of the soul. The soul doesn't know anything but perform devotion service unto Krishna. The soul does not know any demigods. The soul does not see any demigod separately and learned and unlearned or a dog eater separately. They are all, they see everything equal. So, that is wanted. So he only sees Krishna and everyone as a servant of Krishna. So he wants to serve Krishna and he wants to worship Krishna. So this is Sahaituki Bhakti without cessation. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Kirtaniya Sadahari. So how do you worship Krishna? Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So remember Krishna. If you want to remember, when you chant Hare Krishna, you are remembering Krishna because you cannot utter a word without remembering it. So, if you are chanting Hare Krishna, that means your already Smaranam is done. And when you are chanting, Kirtanam is done. When you hear that, Shravanam is also that. So, if you try to do one thing, all other devotional service will fall into place. That is the power of eternity. That is the power of spirituality. Not everything. Here, every department you have to go for one thing. But here, akama sarvakama va, moksha kama udaradi, tivrena bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga, even if you start with one process, all other process will also automatically fall into place. So that is the purport, that you should perform devotional service and not worshipping demigod for different purposes. Same example, just like wells in a village and a running river. The running river can solve all the purposes of all the wells of all the villages. So that is wanted. That is very intelligent. So let's find out any questions or comments or realization. Please do share with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. Let's resume our class tomorrow evening at around 6 o'clock. And till then, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vaishnava Pranam. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय।
Jai.
और प्रेमानंदे